The scale of the crisis in our fire services over claims of sexual harassment and misogyny is turning out to be even bigger than we first suspected. Since our initial report from South Wales and then Dorset and Wiltshire, we've discovered at least 10 have dealt with gross misconduct cases involving sexual harassment over the past year. For the first time tonight, we hear from a whistleblower working in HR in one service. She says women who complain are often themselves then investigated and pushed out. She uses the expression hero complex about male firefighters who believe their bravery gives them licence to treat women badly without consequences. She details how their sexist behaviour is directed towards members of the public too, by cruising in their fire engines looking for women to leer at.
Across the country, a crisis is emerging which the fire service cannot contain. How does its public image square with the private conduct being uncovered?
That was my crew, that was my station, and I've lost all of that. And I loved that job, I absolutely loved it.
Tracy is one of dozens of women who've begun to tell the same story. She'd worked in the male-dominated military and the police, but nothing compared to Northamptonshire Fire Service.
I'd done 4 years.
4 years
in this
in the fire brigade.
Yeah.
As a trainee, she ended a short relationship with a manager, only for him to continue to demand sex in return for success.
When I asked him about developing my career, he turned around and said, well, you know what the currency is around here? It's I'd asked for 2 last signatures to get my development folder finished, and that would have made me complete as a fully fledged firefighter. He got up, walked behind me, and I heard him undo his trousers. And then I turned around and he's got his penis out. And I just couldn't believe what was going on.
She complained to Northamptonshire Fire Service, but they took no action until police reviewed the case and he was finally disciplined. But given he still works in the service, it was Tracy who felt forced to leave.
I wouldn't say to any of a female to stick your hand up and say that this is what's going on. No one in their right mind would, because it was hell, basically. No one believed me. It really does get to me.
I can understand.
I lost my dream job. These senior officers, or these people that have got rank over us, they need to be accountable for their behaviour.
It is behaviour we've discovered in all corners of the country. We asked every fire service in England and Wales whether they've dealt with gross misconduct in the last year. Almost all of those that responded said yes, including 10 dealing with sexual harassment, with 21 gross misconduct cases currently ongoing at London Fire Brigade, 7 at Avon Fire Service and 4 in Derbyshire. Many of the biggest services refused to reply.
Do you think women were deliberately pushed out if they made a complaint?
Absolutely. They were definitely.
For the first time, we can bring you the testimony of someone who's dealt with misconduct cases. This woman worked in human resources at a fire service until recently. While she's asked to remain anonymous, she's keen to identify one particular behaviour.
It's known as different things across the services, either the skin run, the run, the women run, the run. They would, on the way back from a job, detour to go and look at women on a high street to basically decide whether or not they would sleep with that woman.
But female colleagues who complained found the disciplinary process turned on themselves.
They were either told to be silent, they were either told that they were being stupid, or they were simply ignored. They were told that it'd be dealt with informally, or they themselves were investigated.
Was anyone ever dismissed?
Nope, no one.
Why?
I think it's a mixture of the hero complex, the fire service arguably are heroes. They go into burning buildings. However, that hero complex has taken a step too far in that they feel they can't be touched.
But tonight, women in the fire service continue to come forward, finally revealing the behaviour hidden behind the heroics.
And Paul is in our studio in West London for tonight's Peston programme. Joins us now. Paul, the more you uncover of this story, the more shocking it gets. How seriously are the fire services really taking this now?
Well, very seriously, Julie, because tonight, yet again, one emergency service is investigating another. Northamptonshire Fire and Rescue Service says our reporters uncovered new allegations and they've referred themselves to the police. They say all sexual harassment of women is vile and they are going to review their disciplinary procedures as a result of all of this. But up and down the country, we have found those disciplinary procedures seriously wanting, either because, as you hear from our whistleblower tonight, basically nobody's ever dismissed, or because men are demoted, moved station and then reinstated in their previous jobs, often leaving the female victim to be bullied out of the service. In fact, since we started our investigations 3 months ago, we know of several women who have been warned by their fire service that if they talk about the sexual harassment they faced, they will face disciplinary procedures. In fact, one is being dragged through that process as we speak tonight. The National Fire Chiefs Council says this is a watershed moment for its industry, but fire services say publicly they want to change. Privately, some are repeating the same behaviour.
OK, Paul, thank you very much indeed for that.